So the two of them set off to Cross Castle, and as the world opens up for the first time, let's talk about the world map. There are 2 world maps in Star Ocean: The Second Story, but the first can be subdivided into 3 distinct continents. In the original release, there was no easy fast travel or airship option available until the second disc, when the original map is not available for the most part. Although there is a way to return to it with the Synard, I'll explain that later, but it does not become available till the very end of the game. This segmentation, combined with an overall lack of things to do on the world map, means that for the most part the original game's world map was there to connect major locations and provide a place to level your characters close to towns. Again, I will discuss the remake's changes later, but in the original release there were lots of landmarks, but most of them were gated off, waiting for the player to either progress the story or recruit certain characters. Side quests are largely related to specific characters that can be recruited. Some of these locations will remain unavailable unless you take steps to unlock those characters. There are not a lot of opportunities to sequence break, and the game progresses along a fairly linear path plot-wise. But the recruitment of characters and the side quests that they come with can be used to impart more content to the player and sightseeing into the experience. As the number of recruitment options decreases, the number of side areas to explore also goes down. Cross's map is by far the main attraction, as it is essentially the only reason to go back there on the second disc, as it contains the bonus dungeon. So, is this a bad world map? There's a big debate in the RPG community about the usefulness and legitimacy of having world maps versus transitional sections, or akin to something like Final Fantasy X. Due to the hardware restrictions of the time, world maps were an effective way of giving the world scale. Star Ocean's map achieves this, and having 2 of them plays into the game's narrative some later in a subtle way that you may not expect. I do like world maps, and while it may not have as much to see and to do from the start, I do think it is implemented well, playing to the game's and the hardware's strength. As far as improvements, we can come back to that in the remakes.